Top 10 foods that destroy your heart. The heart is vital for keeping us alive. It is responsible for pumping blood throughout the body, while also providing cells with oxygen to keep them functioning properly. In addition to this, the heart also takes away carbon dioxide and waste in order for the body's other organs to get rid of. For these reasons, it is extremely important to ensure that your heart is healthy enough at all times. And the best way to do this is to watch what we eat, as they have the potential to either help the heart perform its functions or cause damage to it one way or another. Foods such as green leafy vegetables, whole grains, berries, avocados and beans can boost the heart's circulatory functions and lower the risk of cardiovascular problems like heart attacks and strokes. In the same vein, taking too much alcohol and red meat can destroy your heart in the long term. Here are some of the foods that you must avoid for better heart health. 1. Salt. Salt is high in sodium, which is an important mineral that helps to keep the body's fluid in balance. But too much of it can cause the body to retain much of the disposable fluids, thereby causing high blood pressure and ultimately leaving you at risk of other heart problems, such as heart disease and stroke. The sodium in salt also helps to regulate muscle contraction and nerve transmission, and so it is definitely something you should not completely do away with, unless you are told by a doctor. Ideally, your body only needs about 1 to 2 grams of salt per day, but the maximum you can consume is about 5 grams per day, or a teaspoon to be precise. 2. Processed meats. Aside from the high sodium content, processed meat also contains large amount of unhealthy fats. The fats in meat like bacon, steak and sausage can clog up the arteries and cause damage to the heart in the long term. You are better off replacing meat with healthy fish such as tuna and salmon because they contain healthy fats that lowers your cholesterol levels and lower your risk of heart disease and stroke in turn. But whenever you do feel like eating meat, remember to remove the fat from it before you cook them. Meat like chicken have most of the fat hidden in the skin, and removing it before you cook will decrease the amount of fat in them. 3. Fried foods. Studies have shown that eating too much fried foods will significantly raise your chances of getting heart failure. This is because of the trans fats that are created when food is fried. What happens during the frying process is that the chemical structure of fat is altered, making it difficult for the body to properly break them down. Trans fat, for example, does not only raise the bad cholesterol in your body, it also lowers the good cholesterol, leading to negative heart-related conditions. Rather than regularly consuming French fries, fried chicken, and other deep fried foods, you can opt to moderately fry your potato or rice with olive oil or coconut oil at home to ensure your body can properly digest it. 4. Sugary foods. Sugar is one of the biggest causes of weight gain anywhere in the world, effectively making it also a major cause of obesity, diabetes, and high blood pressure, all of which leave you at risk of heart failure. It is important to note that naturally occurring sugars that occurs in fruits and vegetables are ones that are considered essential to the body in general. However, added sugars such as those found in energy drinks, ice cream, and other foods are the ones you should avoid if you want to keep your heart healthy. Generally, it is also recommended that men consume not more than 90 spoons of sugar daily, while women consume no more than 60 spoons. But you should consider avoiding it entirely if you are already suffering from any heart-related condition. 5. Margarine. Certain types of margarine contain hydrogenated oils that are not great for your heart due to the trans fats they contain. These fats raise your bad cholesterol level and reduce the good cholesterol levels in your body in addition. To be safe, try reading the labels of your favorite margarine spreads once you are in the grocery store. Keep in mind that even margarine advertised as zero-fat margarine can contain up to 0.5 grams of trans fats, and consuming that amount on a regular basis may increase your risk of heart disease in the long term. If you can't completely do without some form of spread in your diet, then your best bet is to look out for spreads that contains mono or polyunsaturated fats because they are healthier for your heart. 6. Alcohol. The truth is that no amount of alcohol is good for your health. Even the smallest amount can leave you at risk of developing heart problems in the future. When you take in alcohol, your stress hormones increase, thereby raising your heart rate and your blood pressure in the process. In addition to this, alcohol also has an impact on your blood vessel receptors, responsible for maintaining blood pressure, and you are most likely going to gain weight by drinking too much alcohol in general, which obviously raises your blood pressure significantly. The biggest issue here is that high blood pressure, if not controlled, will lead to far more serious heart conditions like heart attacks and heart disease, so it is advisable to avoid drinking as much as possible. 7. Pizza. Healthy pizza exists if you are willing to order it. Unfortunately, most people prefer pizza full of fats, calories and sodium, which then puts them at risk of contracting serious heart problems in the future. To be on the safe side, ensure your pizza is thinner than usual, add more vegetables and reduce the amount of cheese. Resist the urge to also add pepperoni and sausage, because they are the main sources of sodium. Remember that you can also enjoy your pizza without all the meat-based toppings if you want. You only have to replace them with healthier alternatives, such as tuna and other fish. But most importantly, note that pizza will always be healthier if you make them yourself. 8. Canned soup. Soup is ordinarily a great source of vegetables, fiber and protein, and although canned soup contains most of these nutrients, they also come with a lot of sodium, meaning that consistently consuming them over a period of time can leave you with stroke, heart attack and heart failure. Then again, the cream-based type of canned soup especially contains a large amount of saturated fats, which will also leave you at risk of obesity eventually, and so you will be better off preparing soup yourself rather than opting for canned soup. But in case you cannot resist the urge to avoid it, make sure you carefully look at the labels in order to avoid the canned soup with the most fats and salts. 9. Baked foods. Baked foods like muffins, cakes and other pastries are as tasty as they come, but they should not be eaten on a regular basis, particularly because of their high sugar content. They are also high in triglycerides, which makes consuming them a risk factor for heart disease. The white flour used in baking these foods can also raise your blood sugar level and make you hungrier after you have eaten them, causing you to eat more than you should. If you can, try baking your favorite pastries yourself rather than buying them outside. Instead of white flour, use whole wheat flour, cut down the sugar, and use healthier non-fatty oil rather than shortening or butter. 10. Refined grains. Refined grains such as white rice and white bread are not so good for your health, despite the presence of naturally occurring sugars in them. The reason is that the carbohydrates in them lose their dietary fiber during the refinement process, and so the sugars they are broken down into when eaten do not come in their whole form. They get absorbed quickly into the bloodstream and raise your blood sugar levels instantly. This then increases your risk of heart complications such as heart attack, stroke, and heart disease. On the other hand, whole grains are rich in fiber and can improve your cholesterol levels while significantly decreasing your risk of heart disease as well. And so, it is important to reduce your refined grain intake and include whole grains such as whole wheat, oatmeal, and brown rice in your diet. Conclusion: lifestyle factors such as smoking, stress, and a lack of exercise can also contribute to your risk of developing any form of heart condition, but you can also likely destroy your heart if you don't watch what you eat. Prioritize eating healthy by avoiding foods that are linked with heart problems, and your heart will be in great shape to keep you healthy for as long as possible. This video is a guide to help you achieve this.